Welcome to this full body pregnancy workout suitable for both second and third trimesters. We will be using a chair for modifying the exercises of this workout, and in some exercises I'm using a small weight. You can choose whether or not you want to use one as well. We will be doing 4 supersets, that is 4 sets of 2 exercises back to back. If you haven't warmed up, I suggest that you pause this video and do a quick warm-up routine and then return. For the seated squats, stand with your feet shoulder width apart and toes pointed a little bit out. Engage your core and then go down into a squat and sit down on the chair. Try maintaining the core engagement when you sit down. Now for the modified push-ups, you can do this on the chair like I'm doing here, or you can go down on your knees. Remember to engage your core correctly before you begin this exercise. Now for the second time, the seated squats. Like I said in the beginning, I'm using a small weight here. You can choose whether or not you want to use one of these or not. You can also modify this one, make it a little bit more challenging by placing a mini band around your knees and pressing your knees out. Be careful when you go down and sit down on the chair to not lose the core engagement as you sit down. And then for the modified push-ups again, engage your core before you begin and then go down as low as you feel comfortable with and work at your own pace. You don't have to go as fast as I am going or as slow as I am going, just do your thing. Now this superset for the last time. First the seated squats and then the modified push-ups. Same here as always, you work at your own pace, so you don't have to follow my pace here. Now rest, catch your breath, drink some water, and if you need longer pauses in between, remember to pause the video and just return whenever you feel ready again. Now for the next superset, we're going to do some hip thrusts here. We're going to begin with one-legged hip thrust. Engage your core. You can have your hands behind your head like I'm doing. Now switch sides. I am showing the same side here as this is a pre-recorded video. But of course, it makes sense that you're supposed to switch to the other leg right now. And now for the traditional hip thrust, standing in both legs. Place your feet about shoulder width apart and toes pointed a little bit out. Engage your core. You can place your hands on your bump, on your chest, on the side of the chair or behind your head here, whatever makes you feel most comfortable, and really focus on the core engagement for this one here. Now a short pause. Like I said before, if you need a longer pause, just press pause on the video and return whenever you feel ready. Now this superset for the second time, starting with one leg here. Now switch to the other side. And then the traditional hip thrust. Now this superset one last time. First the one-legged hip thrust, and then switch sides, and then the traditional hip thrust. Now catch your breath, drink some water, and rest until we start the next superset. Now in this superset we're going to do modified burpees. You can do this like I'm showing here in the video, or in the alternative video where I go down into the push-up. And you can implement some jumping in this movement if you are used to that and are in good physical shape. But otherwise, if you're getting quite heavy, you can do this modified version like I'm doing. And now modified shoulder taps. You can place your feet quite wide apart to modify this even further like I'm showing here. If you place your feet close together, then it's more challenging for your balance. So if you want the challenge, you're welcome to do so. Otherwise you can place your feet quite wide apart. Engage your core and tap each shoulder. Now this superset once again, the modified burpee here. Remember to engage your core before you begin and keep it engaged throughout. And then on to the shoulder taps again. Engage your core, place your feet wide if you need to, and tap one shoulder at a time. Try to move as little as possible. Of course, there's always some movement, but if you're struggling and moving a lot, then try placing your feet even further apart. And then for the last time, the modified burpees, and then on to shoulder taps. Now catch your breath before we do the last superset of this workout. For the last superset, we're doing tricep dips and then modified mountain climbers. For the dips, the further away you place your feet, the more difficult the exercise is. So if you need to modify it even more than I'm doing here, then place your heels closer to your body. And then onto the mountain climber. Place your hands on the chair, engage your core, and then climb the mountain. So we are engaging the core even further when we bring our knee up towards our chest. So doing small inhales and exhales, exhaling as we bring the knee up and engaging the core even more. And again, for the dips, engage the core and focus on your breathing. And then once again for the mountain climbers, engage the core with diaphragmatic breathing before you begin. And then do controlled movements here. Now for the last time, the tricep dips and then the mountain climbers. Good job! Thank you so much for joining me today. If you liked this video, please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe.